Hello friends, welcome to Consult Geospatial channel. Today we will be showing you how to input an Excel file containing the coordinates of places into QGIS. Now the first thing we need to do is to make sure our Excel file is open on our computer. As you can see, this is my Excel file with my data. This data represents a customer survey data. You have the customer codes, the longitude and latitude. So the first step you need to take is to save this Excel document into a CSV file format. CSV stands for comma separated value. So proceed to File, Save As, and then navigate to a working folder. My working folder is on my desktop. I name it GIS training. So here is my working folder. I'm going to double click to open. And then the file name here is book 22, but I want to rename it so that it becomes more representative of my data. As I said earlier, this is a customer survey data, so I will rename it customers. Then the next thing is, as you can see, the file type here is Excel workbook. So I will click this drop down menu and then locate CSV file format, command eliminated. Here is it. I want to click on it and then click save. So my data has been saved into a CSV file format. I'm now going to proceed to my QGIS software to input my data. So my QGIS is already open. So the next thing I need to do is to proceed to Layers. On the menu toolbar, click on Layer, hover your mouse on Add Layer, and then choose Add Delimited Text Layer. So this dialog box has opened. The first information you have to provide is the file name. So you need to use your browser to navigate to the folder you save your CSV file in. So if you look carefully in this small box, you will see three dots. Once you hover your mouse over it, you will see browser. So click and browse to your folder. Now my working folder is on my desktop, so I have to navigate to my working folder. Here is it, and this is my file in the CSV format. So I will click on it and click open, and automatically a lot of informations have been uploaded. You see here it's already in the CSV file format. And the next thing you need to make sure is the XV is longitude and the YV is latitude. By default, it appeared here correct. click. But just in case it did not appear here correctly, you still have the option to click and ensure that Y field is filled with longitude and X field latitude. So from here, on data sample, you can already see a preview of my data, customers, longitude, and latitude. So the next step is to add it to your map canvas. So I will click add and click close. Now you can see my data has appeared. Each of the data here represents a customer, but it's very difficult to get an insight of what you are seeing in relations to the actual location on Earth. So I want to add an OpenStreet based map to make things a little clearer. So to do that, I come to Web, come to Quick Map Services, and then OSM, OSM standard. Okay, now I think you can have a little bit more insight about the data. This is Central Monrovia, Liberia. You can see the streets are clearly outlined. And so the next thing I want to do here is to look at the attribute table of my data. To look at the attribute table, you right click on customers or your data, whatever data you may be using, and then click on attribute table. And then here is my attribute table. So I will close. The next thing I want to do is, since the data in here is in a CSV format, there is still limitation in the kinds of geoprocessing work that can be done using this data in this file format. So I will want to export this CSV file format data into a shapefile. So to do that, I right click on it, go to export, and click on save feature as. So format, you click this drop down menu, and then you have several file format that you can save your data to. But for the purpose of the tutorial, I prefer to use the S3 shapefile. So I maintain my S3 shapefile. Now the next thing is the file name. You gotta name your file and save it into your working folder. So to do that, once again, I locate my browser and browse to my working folder. So my folder is on the desktop, GIS training, and then I will name it customer survey. Once I have named it, I click save and click OK. So my data in a CSV file format has been successfully exported as a shapefile. So I no longer need this CSV file document. I'm going to get rid of it. Right click on it and click on remove layer. Click OK. Now the symbology is now very clear. So I also have the option of increasing the symbols of my data and also the color of my data. To do that, I also right click on my customer survey, go to properties, and then here is the color realm. I could change it to whatever color I want. So in this case, I prefer orange. So I click on orange. You also have the option to change the symbol. There are options here. You have the diamond symbol. But I prefer to maintain what I already have, except that I will increase the size a little further. So to do that, come to size. To increase your size, you click the arrow pointing upwards. So I will keep clicking and it keep increasing, and I will maintain it at 3. Once I'm satisfied with the increase in my size of my data symbol, I'm going to click apply and click OK. So as you can see, I have increased the size of the symbol representing my data and also change the color so that it has become more apparent. So once again, you can look at your attribute table by right clicking on it and clicking on attribute table. So this is my attribute table. I'm going to close, and basically that's all you need to do to input your Excel data into QGIS. I want to say thank you for watching and hope you keep following. Goodbye.